empowerment is something that many organizations want. And when you think about how to go about getting that, you've really got to think about the two roles, the role of the empowerer and the role of the empoweree. The empowerer, the one who in the past would have made decisions themselves and is now seeking to push those decisions down to others. There's an important learning, an important step that has to happen, a reflection about the beliefs that an individual may have as to whether really and truly other people can do things as well as they can. And there is a tendency in many underneath it all to think that if you want a job done well, you've got to do it yourself. So that's probably the biggest hurdle that we find for leaders to learn how to empower, is to look at those beliefs very closely and see where they've come from, and see whether it isn't time to reframe those beliefs and to recognize that in fact there's many parts of a role, many parts of a job that can be empowered to somebody else. And as one starts to recognize that these other people will have different solutions, but they will be equally well, it's that to resist that temptation to jump in and just take it over. And when somebody comes to you and says, oh, I'm not sure what to do about this, that the fixer in all of us just wants to jump in and say, well, look, I can tell you what to do this. And so that the second skill is the ability to go, okay, so you sort that out. You see if you can find a solution. It's better if you do that rather than come back to me. So the two things, the biggest things we found for the leader is, one, to work on their belief, if they have it, that in the end, I probably can do things better than other people, and to start changing that belief. And the second is to resist the temptation of being the fixer, which may well be a role that they've been very successful in the past. Now, the empoweree, the one who is picking up the responsibility, may have become very used to avoiding that. So if you live in an organization where there is not a lot of empowerment, there is a certain ease of that, because you don't ultimately have to take responsibility. You can wait and you can be pretty sure that your leader will come in and jump in. So that the big thing for the empoweree is to be able to say, I am prepared to take this on. I will take responsibility for this, and to face into the possibility that I may make a mistake or I may fail, but also the love, the satisfaction that is going to come from my actually starting to take that. So there is training for both. There is training for the manager. There is training for the associate working for that manager in terms of how to pick up more empowerment or how to let go of more empowerment. And for those people who are picking up more empowerment, a lot of it is about, again, a belief. I'm not good enough, or I'll get into trouble if I put my hand up and take hold of something. And to start to build that trust that, in fact, in the organization of the future, it is the people who are prepared to step up who are going to be the ones who will be successful. So those are two very key elements that has to be thought about as you think about the culture of empowerment.